Hi, good evening, and hello to all my viewers and my subscribers. I am Donna at DMF Nursing. I want to discuss today the ways in which we can prevent discrimination or how we can fight discrimination. I want to, okay. Hi, I am Donna, and I am coming to you from at DMF Nursing. Today, I want to talk to you about ways to fight discrimination and to either keep your job or to walk away from that job without being blacklisted. So I want to go over how do we document the discrimination. To document discrimination, keep a detailed personal log including the date, time, location, and individuals involved in each incident, and save all supporting documents like emails, texts, or performance reviews. Then make a formal complaint to your company's human resources, HR, and keep a copy of your records. If necessary, file a charge with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, within 180 days deadline. So you want to keep a detailed personal log by starting a private journal. Record every incident as soon as possible. Include key details for each event. Note the date, time, location, and who was involved, including managers, co-workers, or witnesses. Describe what happened, provide specific details about the incident and any discriminatory comments or actions. Note potential witnesses, list any co-workers who witnessed the behavior. Save supporting document by collecting electronic communication. So you want to save your emails, your text messages, and instant messages, as well as other digital messages that contain discriminatory remarks or showing of unequal treatment. You also want to gather company documents. Retain copies of performance reviews, personal files, company policies, and any other documents related to your job performance or the incident. Document requests and responses. If you have requested accommodations, keep record of those requests and the employer's response. Be mindful of company policy. Be cautious about downloading or transferring sensitive company information to external devices as it may violate policy. Then you want to file a formal complaint with your employer, which we spoke about earlier. You want to report to HR. Submit a formal written complaint to your HR department. Be factual. Only include facts you know to be true and avoid assumptions. Keep copies. Make a copy of your complaint for your personal records. Use personal emails for proof. Sending the complaint to your personal email account ensures you have a time-stamped copy for your records. File a charge with the EEOC. Understand the deadline. You generally must file a charge with the EEOC within 180 calendar days of the incident. Use the public portal, and it's hard to really find the portal. If you want to go ahead and log on to the site now, I will walk you through that. I know many of you have recently been displaced off your jobs for whatever reasons, but basically, I'm speaking about people who have been discriminated on their jobs. You know what discrimination is? It's actually I would describe it as just being left out of whatever that department is doing. And basically, you feel excluded, right? That's what discrimination, that feeling of exclusion, and that's not allowed on the job. So yeah, let's write down the website, EEOC.gov. And how it's easy to surf this website. I'm so sorry. You want to surf the website by, in the search box, you want to type the word portal, PORTAL, and go to search. What comes up will be public, the word public, and I believe complaint will be the phrase public complaint. And just click on that or tap on that, and the form comes up. Answer the questions on the form, and it's going to ask you to create an account. Create your account. They will send a verification to your inbox. Go to your inbox and log back in and finish the complaint form. And that's it. The form, it will take you about 10 minutes or less. And remember, like I listed earlier, you want to present facts. Make sure you do not, talk about the whole issue. You just want to focus on the discriminatory portion of the problem. And finally, you want to consult a lawyer. An attorney can help you understand the process and meet the requirements or the required time limit. Many of my coworkers, I'm sure many of you have heard about my story. It's on my YouTube, and this started a couple years back. This did not just start. I know many of you, I sympathize with you with the loss of the jobs in recent time. No one wants to lose a job, especially when you're not anticipating a loss of your income. But my story goes back years. I have been blacklisted for almost 20 years. And in nursing, I'm a registered nurse. And in nursing, what that looks like is because the way I work, I travel to many different hospitals to do my practice. And I do that because I had young children at the time when I started, and it was convenient. And it worked for a while, but then I would say after a year, I started noticing I'm being asked to leave. And if you look at me, I'm a very quiet spoken, my friends will say, quiet spirited person. I am not a troublemaker. I am very dedicated to my practice. I follow the rules. And of course, I feel that I have been taken, quote and unquote, taken advantage of. So I'm not the only one. This is happening to several African American nurses, and you can read between the lines what that means. We have been blacklisted over the years. That means if you check the word blacklisting, it's an illegal term. It's an illegal act, but it's a term that is actually in the dictionary. So blacklisting is when the hospitals, what they do is if they don't like a nurse for some reason, they actually ask them to not return. And in my situation, the list grew longer and longer, and I felt excluded. And eventually, I just thought, you know what, this is not right. I have not done anything. The Board of Nursing has not received any bad report about me. And I started to look into what I can do. And I know a year ago, I did make a little description of what my colleagues, some of my colleagues and I, who I know about, have, decided, we came together and we've decided that we've got to do something about this. And although I had been making complaints to the EEOC in the past, somehow they had not reached out to do anything about it, and that will happen sometimes. But you have to be persistent because nothing is in life is easy. You have to always persevere, and that's what I did. I'm happy to let you know that right now the EEOC is actually looking into one of the blacklisting from a hospital. I cannot call the name, but they have recently given me the opportunity to make my case in court. And I'm so happy about that. And so I want to bring along my coworkers because they too have been going through this, but so many of them have been, they had fears of reprisal. They don't want to be seen. If you remembered last week, I actually brought some of them on the show, and there were about 5 of us. And if you'd like, you could go back to that video. It's still there, where we did share quite a few of the stories that they wanted you to know. And so, things are not easy. I had not worked in 9 months, but as you can see here, I started my company about 7 years ago. And if you know what it's like to start a business, it's not easy, right? But 7 years ago, I started my staffing agency to support myself and some of my friends. I wanted us to connect so we can, begin the same journey together because of the difficulties that we've been having, because we need to earn. Everybody needs to earn. And I've been out for 10 months. I have not applied for unemployment. I have not applied for anything from the government, even though I know I would be eligible. But it's not my mindset. And so my faith also is important to me. And that takes me through. I'm a single mom of 5. And during my years of being blacklisted from these hospitals, which is the only place I knew where to work, my kids were young, and we went through so much hardship, so much. And just sitting here remembering what that was like, and to see that today all my kids have graduated either from high school or college or in college. Still have 3 children in college. The first 2 have graduated with their bachelor's, one in business and one in fine arts. So I'm someone who put in the work. I'm not only a mother, but I work. I believe in working hard, because if you don't work hard in, you're in a country where, we cannot take that for granted. Okay, we cannot. And so what I've decided to do is to pull my friends along, because many of them, they are fearful of reprisal. They do not want to speak up. And I have, encouraged some of them to start the process I'm telling everyone tonight. And they are fearful. They are fearful. And so I'm here to show them that, they don't need to be fearful. This country is a country of laws. I know that. I grew up here, you know. I know a little bit about law. Actually, that was one of my favorite subjects in high school. I don't know why I didn't take it up, but maybe one of these days I will. So, yeah, so I wanted to come on and share this to inspire someone as we build awareness about the blacklisting of our nurses. One more point. I was looking in my in the Google search, and I wanted to see, what does Google think about black nurses. The data, it does show the data. And I was surprised that they were saying that the black nurses are out of the profession. It's so far from the truth. Black nurses are still waiting to be hired. They're waiting to work, you know? And so that is the problem. Many of us, because of the kind of work we do, we were never hired. So we had to take the jobs that the hospitals eventually reach out to staffing agencies like what I'm doing to find nurses. And that's how we happen to find work. So, the hospitals have been blacklisting the black nurses, and it has to stop. It has to stop. It's been going on for over almost a quarter century, it's 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. Nurses are retiring. And guess when you retire without a saving, you guys, you know what will happen, right? That's a life of poverty. Okay, I do not want to go down as somebody who is poverty stricken, and I have to start speaking up because many of the nurses are already nearing retirement with this kind of treatment, and it has to stop. So, I just want everyone to stand by us. Share the video, please. Share the video. Let it go viral. It needs to get back to the hospitals. I cannot say what hospitals, but many of these hospitals, they sign on for this kind of treatments of black nurses. And I just wanted to come on and inspire you. If you do need this same encouragement, I encourage everyone, sign on to EEOC.gov, go to the portal, go to the search box, and type the word portal, Portal, and there you go. You'll see a public complaint form. Click on that, and there you go. Make that complaint today. Thank you so much. I just want to remind everyone, thank you for your viewership. And if you don't mind, please do hit that subscribe button. God bless you. You have a good one. Take care.